What's up, guys? Stricky Street here. Today I got a new video for y'all. So it's already the next day after all this happened, but basically we us Austin area people met up with some Houston area people and also with some San Antonio area people, and I didn't get any of the actual meat on video, so I apologize about that. It was just kind of hectic, to be honest, and it was just a mess. Not even gonna lie, it was just a mess. But got a lot of runs in, and there was it was a really good turnout, so I was happy about that. But yeah, people from Houston, they were talking some shit, saying that they had this heads cam fitchin that'll got me, this 18 Mustang that'll got me, and so that's basically how all this started. They were saying that they'd got me, and I was like, well, there's only one way to find out. I was like, I don't see a heads cam fitchin gapping me or even beating me, but you never know. So yeah, they came down and we ran. Not even gonna lie, that fitchin was ducking me. I'm not even gonna lie, and he was ducking my buddy Emmanuel. They seem like cool people, but at the same time, like they were ducking me. There's no doubt about it. So we were literally at the meet. I was talking to him. He said, yeah, come pull your car over by mine, and then we'll talk about when we're gonna go out and run. I start walking to my car. He drives off to the far side of the parking lot. There's a huge parking lot. So he drove way on the other side with some other cars. And then, so when I finally noticed that he was over there, then I went, to get back in my car and to go over there. And then he took off again, and they went out and ran. And yeah, so he was ducking me, and then they were like, oh, well, we're not coming back to the meet after that, so I guess y'all aren't running. And then they ended up coming back, so I was glad about that. Went out again. I followed him this time, and he wanted a 50, so I gave him a 50, which y'all will see. And then I also wanted a 40, so I got that 40 as well. Basically, we hopped on the area that we were planning on running, and he turns off. He turns off, flips a U-turn, and splits up from everybody else pretty much, and heads to this other area out of nowhere without saying anything or anything like that. So I followed him because, like I said, this guy was talking shit. He was swearing that he'll get me, and I was gonna run him. I was not gonna leave that night without running him. So we ran. Y'all will see what happened, how that went. It was a good run, I guess, but yeah, we ran. I ran that 18. That honestly, that 18 dude is hella cocky. Not even gonna lie, probably one of the cockiest guys I've ever met. But ran him as well. Gave him his roll. Gave him a 50 roll, and we were actually planning on running again today. That didn't work out, unfortunately. But yeah, I mean, he was actually gonna give me a 40 today, and I'd give him his 50 again. We were gonna run it back, but yeah, that didn't get to happen, unfortunately. But I mean, at least the runs with the fitchin happened, and I got that one in with that 18 Mustang, and like I said, that 50, which y'all will see. And it was a fun time, great turnout. The meet wasn't organized the best, not gonna lie. They tried to organize it, nobody listened whatsoever. So and reasons like that is why I like to go to San Antonio, because over there it's so organized when they have car meets and stuff. So that's why I actually like going over there, because the people know what they're doing, they listen, and everything just goes smooth whenever we head out to Mexico. But anyways, I'll let y'all check out this racing footage, and I hope y'all enjoy it. Alright guys, so as y'all saw, we put in work on that 5th gen. I told him, you know, I was humble about it, but I was just like, I don't see a head scan 5th gen beating me. I really don't. I've ran some, and none of them have even been close to beating me. So, the turnout of those races is exactly what I expected. He is fast, don't get me wrong. He is probably the fastest 5th gen, head scan 5th gen that I have ever raced, ever. I'm not gonna lie. He's fast. For head scan 5th gen, he is fast. And he's from Houston. But not fast enough. And like I said, normally I'm humble and whatnot, but they were talking some shit, swearing that they would get me. Swearing they would. Same with the Mustang. Swearing they'd get me. And yeah, that didn't happen. So I was happy with that. Also got in some other runs as well, which y'all had just seen. And it was just a good time nonetheless. Definitely gonna have to go over to Houston sometime, you know, and run it back with those guys. And yeah, just a good turnout overall. Like I said, it wasn't organized the best, but I mean, oh well. Everybody got runs in, so that's alright. But yeah, I mean, that 18 Mustang didn't get me. And I've seen a lot of people commenting on my videos saying, oh, you won't even be able to hang with the full bolt-ons 18 Mustang and all this other nonsense. This is now the second one, really the third one I've ran, but the second one that I've ran recently, and super close race. So I mean, the first one that I ran from San Antonio when we actually ran in Houston, that one he did get me, but like I said, mine hit the limiter, the rev limiter. So I mean, that was really the main reason. This other one, if he beat me, it was only by like a fender. It wasn't by much. He was side by side. My GoPro was facing back, so that's why. I mean, it was facing back. So I mean, if he stayed in the picture, he was right beside me. So yeah, I mean, it was a good run. Like I said, I'm not going out here expecting to beat full bolt-ons 18 Mustangs. So I mean, the fact that I'm side by side with one, I'm happy with. I know they're tuned by good people because they're from Houston. That first one was tuned by Midnight Performance. I have no idea who this other one was tuned by, but it's fast, full drag pack, weld, so I know his wheels are lighter than mine. And yeah, you know, we just been putting in work, honestly. And like, this car honestly surprises so many people. Like, when you say, oh, it's just a bolt-ons only 6th gen, nobody expects it to be fast. But then when you go out there and beat them, they're like in shock. They're like, how is that even possible? These 6th gens are crazy, and I'm not just saying that because I have one, but if they're tuned right, or at least if you're tuned by a good tuner, these things can be fast, like stupid fast, considering what they are and the power that they make. Because this car, like I said, doesn't make much power. It made 440 on my tuner's dyno, so it's probably 470-ish on a lot of dynos. And we're going out here beating 500 plus cars. So I'm happy with that. And honestly, doing these type of runs makes me kind of just want to leave it full bolt-ons. Or it's not even full bolt-ons yet. I still got to do a couple other things. But running these other full bolt-ons cars that swear they're so fast and whatnot, and hanging right there with them already, makes me want to just stay bolt-ons and just do some other stuff, like some hardcore weight reduction. Which, I mean, I got my seats out and whatnot, but I mean, part of me just wants to stay bolt-ons, delete the AC, delete the whole infotainment system, delete everything pretty much that I don't need, and get this thing as light as I could possibly get it. I mean, that's really what I'm getting really tempted to do, that, to be honest, because I mean, this car is surprising so many people right now. Also, get rid of the sunroof. I know that's probably at least another 50 pounds right there, just out of the sunroof itself and the whatever motor controls that. But anyways, yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed this video, guys. Like I said, it was cool having some people from Houston come down, and also San Antonio, so shout out to those people for actually, you know, making all this happen. And like I said, I apologize about it kind of being a mess as far as the organization and whatnot, but I mean, at least we all got runs in, and You know, at least nothing crazy happened, I should say. But if y'all enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, please don't forget to smash that subscribe button, and I'll catch you on the next one.